Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Athaya Zhafira from Dentistry Department, University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, batch 2018. In this occasion, I would like to present my research paper with the title Students' Perception in the Presence of Secretary in Tutorial Session with PBL System. Diverse development has been done in dental school curriculum to overcome the limitation of traditional expert lecture. Back in 1920, McMaster University introduced a new way of learning, which is a student-centered learning, called PBL, or problem-based learning. PBL is a session of collaborative learning based on the problem given, and it is usually conducted in a small group of students. According to Wood 2003, each students will have their own responsibility based on their role, and each group will also be facilitated by a tutor to guide the discussion and to make sure all the group members has a same level of understanding. These are the three main roles of students according to Wood 2003: chairman, secretary, and a group member. Chairman will lead the discussion, promote all members' participation, ensure that secretary is recording accurately, and to manage the time usage. While the secretary will record the discussion point arranged by the group, record group's learning source, and contribute in the discussion. And the group member will contribute in the discussion, implement the 7 jumps, respect others' opinion, and to disseminate their acquired information. Various studies has been conducted to evaluate the system. Most of the studies recorded a positive response from the participant and also revealed that the role of the tutor is important. Recently, there has been a change in the system of PBL conducted in Dental School University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, where each group are no longer allowed to possess any secretary. Considering that tutorial is a collaborative learning of the participation from both sides, the students and the tutor, is required. But the study for the students' role is very limited. Thus, this study is aimed to describe the role of secretary in the group, the importance of secretary presence in the group, and the impact of secretary absence in the group based on the student's perspective. The participants of this study are Dental Students University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, batch 2018, that has experienced the system update. 5 participants finally included in the study. Then they were interviewed with 10 originally arranged questions, consists of 9 open-ended questions and a Likert scale question. The data obtained then were analyzed. These findings represent the level of understanding of the participants. All 5 participants managed to mention that secretary is a person that is responsible in taking notes of the important things, as how Merriam-Webster dictionary would mention. Based on this fact, the participant also managed to mention the responsibility of secretary in the group, which to record the point of the discussion, as how would mention in her book, ABC of Learning and Teaching in Medicine. These 2 findings portrayed that substantially the students understand what is a secretary and what does it do in a forum. The study also reveals some flaw of the secretary quality of work, such as misunderstanding and time-consuming. Misunderstanding sometimes can happen when the secretary cannot keep up with the discussion. Thus, they start to record things according to their own understanding. And time-consuming can happen when the group member needs to explain their explanation to the secretary. But despite all that, the participant revealed that the secretary has done a good job. As I mentioned before, that there has been a change applied in the PBL system conducted in Dental School University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. And according to Medical Education Team, Dental School University of Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, this update is applied to obtain a full contribution from all group members. When we try to confirm this reason behind the update to the participants, they apparently don't know the reason behind this update, but their answer about secretary contribution level confirmed the perception of medical education team. From the participants, we get that the secretary contribute less compared to the other member. And the factors that might affect their level of contribution are their responsibility in taking notes, and sometimes the group members also make this role as an excuse for their unpreparedness. But this update, instead of obtaining a full contribution from the group members, it gives some drawbacks. According to the participants, the impact of secretary absence in the discussion are unorganized and time-consuming discussion, and also incomplete notes. Discussion become time-consuming and unorganized because the group doesn't have any learning objective shown in the screen, so that sometimes they forget that they still have things to discuss. And the notes become incomplete because they need to record everything manually by hand. In the end, the participants implied a strong need of a secretary, as the Likert skill result shows. In conclusion, the role of secretary in PBL session is to take notes and to archive the notes. The participants also implied the strong need of secretary presence to obtain a good and organized discussion. The absence of secretary caused some problems to emerge, such as unorganized and time-consuming discussion, and also incomplete notes, which affect the quality of the discussion. Considering the tutorial session is a collaboration between students and tutor, both sides' contribution is required. Thus, re-explanation towards the student's role in general and secretary responsibility in specific may be required. That's all from me. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.